And this week we have an interim decision which says that the wine industry will again be back able to export to China freely, and that will make an enormous difference for jobs, particularly in the Hunter.
I call the member for Hunter.
Thank you, Speaker. I want to talk about Australia's amazing wine industry. It's a big deal globally, and it shows how dedicated and tough Aussies are. Australia is the 5th biggest wine producer in the world, making some of the best wines ever tasted, and the Hunter Valley is a major contributor to that. Our wines are enjoyed everywhere thanks to the hard work of over 160,000 people in this industry. While we revel in our success, we must also confront the challenges that have beset us in recent years. It hasn't all been smooth sailing, Speaker. We've been facing some really tough times lately. Our wine exports have dropped and grape prices have fallen sharply. Speaker, the total value of Australian wine exports declined by 2.4% to $1.9 billion in the year to December 2023. But the 2023 figures tell only part of the recent story, with exports down 1/3 compared to 2021. And Speaker, the average red grape price have dropped below the cost of production from $650 per tonne in 2020 to $277 per tonne in 2023. Changes in what people want and trade problems have made things tricky. The decline in Australian wine exports, coupled with the plummeting grape prices, paints a sobering picture. Trade disruptions and shifting consumer preferences have reshaped the landscape of our industry, demanding adaptability and innovation from all stakeholders. Speaker, when they stopped, our exports to China were worth over $1.1 billion each and every year, and it was an industry that was growing in terms of the export potential. And this week we have an interim decision which says that the wine industry will again be back able to export to China freely, and that will make an enormous difference for jobs, particularly in the Hunter. I know that some of the wineries are under real pressure, yet in the face of this adversity, the Australian government remains steadfast in its commitment to support our wine industry. Through initiatives like the Agriculture Trade and Marketing Access Cooperation, ATMAC, program, we strive to cultivate long-term sustainable demand for Australian wine. We provide more than $3.3 million through 3 grants to the Australian Grape and Wine, and more than $1.1 million through 2 grants to the Australian Food and Wine Collaboration Group, which includes Wine Australia. Speaker, the idea is to create a long-lasting demand for Australian wine by selling it to more places and making better trade deals. We are continuing to pursue ambitious free trade agreements and support greater demand for Australian wine. We entered into a free trade agreement with the UK in May, which eliminated all tariffs on Australian wine. And in 2022, we entered into a trade agreement with India, which lowered tariffs significantly and established a joint dialogue, and we are currently negotiating a more comprehensive agreement with India. But Speaker, we are not just helping on the global stage, we're also supporting our own grape growers who are struggling financially. Programs like the Rural Financial Counselling Service offer help and advice to farmers and small businesses in trouble. Rural financial counsellors are qualified professionals who can provide support that is unique to a primary producer's situation at no cost to the client. There are also special payments and loans to help them through tough times. And Speaker, programs such as Farm Household Allowance and concessional loans from the Regional Investment Corporation provide essential lifelines to those facing economic hardship. The program has already provided over $800 million in payments to farmers and producers, including fortnightly payments, additional allowances such as rent assistance, case support and farm financial assessments. I'm particularly heartened by the collaborative efforts of all levels of government and industry stakeholders in establishing the Viticulture and Wine Sector Working Group. This initiative underscores our collective commitment to addressing the challenges confronting wine grape growers, especially in inland regions such as Riverland and Riverina. Through collaboration and cooperation, we endeavour to devise effective solutions and chart a course towards a brighter future for our industry. There are challenges that the sector continues to face, but they can be confident that the Albanese government is working closely with the industry, state governments and Wine Australia to monitor the situation, ensure growers have the right tools, support and information they need to make decisions about their future.
I thank the member. The